Hi guys, I'm Major Hawkins and welcome back to my channel. The BZ-75, I have just played my 100 battles in it. I got it for some time back and I haven't really played it that much, so I think maybe less than 10 games. And I played it quite intensively during the last week here, and I must say that I have grown quite fond of the tank. Especially with the derp gun. I have been playing a few battles with the regular gun, which is the stock gun, you might say, first time you get it, and then you can level up to the derp gun. The stock gun doesn't really offer much. I think it's a 460 alpha gun, and you will have just shy of 2500 DPM, which is fine for that kind of damage output. But the thing is, with the derp gun, you have 620 alpha, and you have Hesh for premium with the 780, which you can pen a lot of lower plates of heavy tanks and a lot of weak spots. I haven't been that successful with Hesh. Usually I'm not. Here I actually just try to splash him with some damage, and I have been experiencing that tanks like, for instance, the Type 71, you can actually splash with standard HE frontally on the side of the turret for 300 and so. And that's quite fine if you're at a distance and you have no other choice, you can do that. That was a standard roll, I think 640 or so on the premium Hesh there. So anyway, the standard high explosive goes up of 920 on alpha, and I think 1150 or something like that if it high rolls. So it's quite high damage output once you get it singing. The good thing about the 17 seconds reload, you can compare it to something like the Kampfpanzer 70, which is in front of me here. The Kampfpanzer 70 has, of course, it has heat for premium, but you'll have the similar long reload time. And a lot of people say to play it as a second line tank and not a front line tank. But what I've been experiencing is that I have been quite lucky on driving it as a front line tank as long as I have backup. Because if these two guys were to push me, I have people, I have the guy down behind me there, which can do something to them. And I also have other tanks not too far away from me. So I would not like to play it as a front line alone, because you cannot brawl in it. You just don't have the DPM. I think it's around 2100 when you run the derp gun as I do here. Got a nice fire here on the Kampfpanzer. And that annoying sound of the E100 is capping. It's really annoying. Another thing about the equipment, of course I'm running it with calibrated shells to up my my premium Hesh penetration abilities. But a lot of people will say that to drive it with enhanced armor instead of the hit point buff. And I think that was before the change in the previous update. See, the E100 is just hungry and just waiting for me. I'm not giving it a shot. So I'm actually running with the hit points instead of the buff on the armor. And I have been quite lucky on getting a lot of bounces on it, even though I do that. So I just kept it with that. One thing about the BZ-75 is like most of the other Chinese tanks is that its armor rack is on the side and it's quite weak. So especially with high caliber guns, you don't want to show too much of your side armor. You saw there the standard HE, how much it penetrated. And I didn't manage to ram him here, which was kind of annoying. And then I accidentally blocked the 60 TP, which was not my intention. But I really like the ability of the long reload compared to a 12, 11, 13 seconds reload, because when you have a shorter reload, of course you're more exposed to enemy fire, but with the 17 seconds you can fire, you can go back into cover, and you will have at least, let's say, 4, 5, 6 seconds where you can be unspotted before you go back out, because the spotting ability of course is 10 seconds as a standard, which is, I think it's fun. And since I probably like this type of playstyle, also I like the, of course, the Sheridan a lot. That was the highest damage game I had in the 100 games, and I have another crazy game here that I want to show you guys on Alpenstadt. And I think I'll focus a little bit more on the play here than just the stats of the tank. So it's already said, don't play it frontline, have support around you, especially if you're playing with the derp gun, and then aim those shots in. Obviously, there's a lot of tanks that can run the spall liner, which will mitigate the HE output or the HE damage from your shots. I have been more successful driving it towards the medium side, of course, because when you play towards the heavy side, you will sometimes face those hull down heavies that you cannot do a lot to, except with HE, as I said. And it's kind of annoying to splash enemies for 200-300 with HE and then wait another 17 seconds to do the same thing over again. I hit the track instead of hitting the side of him, otherwise he would have been close to dead. Kind of annoying. And another really annoying thing is here that I think I missed a couple of shells in the beginning. I was spotted there. I know the gorilla came back out. That was standard shell. So it's just great to do those really hard hitting shells. There I showing the side of my rear side of my turret. So the gorilla, he has a party back there, which I will suffer for that later on. I really like the Sheridan to push him, because the Sheridan could go up there and kill the gorilla. And I'm in a pickle here because I have crossfires from 3 sides now, and I really, really like somebody to do something. Especially on the left side of the map here towards where the Sheridan is. So if you could just go down and at least spot the gorilla, do something like that. And I don't really think he has shots on anything from back there. So there you see the grill, and I'm missing my shell, which is just sauce. See that the FV-4005 really annoying as well. I need to push in here and take my chances. The E5 shouldn't be able to ammo rack me. That was a big mistake from the Sheridan there as well. Would have been really beneficial if he could have killed the FV-4005. I see that he pulls back, and I think that the gorilla is coming up, so that's why I turned to the side. Thinking about the time, I should have enough time to get around this corner here. Safety from the 4005. Still, the cap is an issue. I need to reload again, and you just have to think about repositioning if people don't offer you shots. Then spend the time when you reload to reposition the tank. Don't just sit in one place. One other thing that I noticed with the derp gun is that a lot of people is not anticipating it. So a lot of times I have experienced where people, they just YOLO at you and expecting you to deal 400 and something damage. I'm actually just sitting here hoping to get that shot off, because I actually thought that the cap would go up and they will cap us out. But for some reason, that guy just drove out of the cap and or was reset. Maybe blind shot it reset, something like that. I didn't really pay attention enough. So object 268, kind of sad that the Sheridan gets him there, because then it could have been an easy win, right? So a nice bounce there, a nice fire on the Sheridan. He was the most dangerous tank here, and then just go away, just run away from the ground, because I don't want to have 3 shots here. I'm trying to get into hard cover behind the Sheridan here, get 1 lucky bounce, and I actually thought I reloaded faster than him, but sometimes it takes me off how long time it actually takes to get those last dots on the reload circle to count up, even though I'm counting the seconds there. So the VC-55 and the Minnow, the VC should be able to take the Minnow if he can just get 1 bounce, because he has that nice inch clip there, but he did. So I am a 3 shot, maybe something like that. I want to take care of the Minnow first. I just switched to standard HE, and I hit that wall. It was just so annoying here. And I'm looking at the counter, and I'm looking at the time, and I'm thinking, okay, I can actually win this. I just have to play it safe now. And I'm looking up to my left, and I see that I have 5 kills. And just to let you know, I have 2 Resani medals. So 40,000 battles, and 2 times I've killed all 7 in the game. So at this time, I was my adrenaline was kicking in. So I know the IS-7. I know approximately where he is. I'm trying just to actually I wanted to turn before I went into the cap here. If he comes and face hug me, I'm in a problem because I cannot pen his upper plate with my standard AP shell. I have 3 AP shells left. And he was over there. I'm coming up. I'm thinking, okay, I make him just splash him. I miss him again. And of course he hits me. So now I'm a almost certain 2-shot to him. So I'm thinking, you know what? I am going into the cap because I have the time. Looking to my right. If you see here, I can see that I have 16 seconds left on my adrenaline. And if I go into the cap, I cannot win unless he pushes me and I kill him because I don't have time for that. But I want to pull him out to me. And if I don't stay here, he won't come, I guess. Because I think he'll go for the win, not for the draw. And that's what I'm hoping. I don't want to take another silly shot, so I just back into hard cover here. And now I don't know if he's come from the right or he will come from the left. And I didn't really consider it until now, but this stair actually provides me quite some help at the very end of the game. 44 seconds left. Backing out to see if he's coming that way. Think, okay. Just gonna face the church. There he is. Aim, aim, aim. 6:15 standard. And he can actually kill me now. So I'm just wiggling and hoping for the best. You can see how red the upper plate is. I get a bounce, counting the seconds. And now I'm using this stair here. And just get a little bit more depression on my gun. So I can actually look down on his upper plate. And that way I get him at the very end. So I think this was a pretty crazy game, especially at the end there. I was glad that I got the gorilla. I was really happy that I lit the Sheridan on fire. So that was my 3rd Resani. It's quite nice, I think. If you don't have it, I would recommend this tank. It is the smallest of all the heavy tanks as far as profile goes. The armor is quite good, as you saw. You can get some really odd bounces because the upper plate is almost a auto ricochet if you have your hold down, 8 degrees of hold down gun depression. The turret has this weird shape down here that when you're at a hold down position and you use your 8 degrees, this area right here below the cheeks are actually easier to penetrate than this when you're straight on. For some reason, because it's kind of slanted inwards. Of course, you have these cupulas up here, and also the center can be penned. I have had some Jägeroos especially give me 900 plus up here in this area. Lower plate is standard lower plate, easy to pen. But it just have some weird angles and stuff that you can get those weird bounces on the sides and even on the rear. It is quite mobile, 40 forward, 15 in reverse. And again, the two gun options that you have. I would recommend this one because if you have the 460, you might as well drive the VC-1115A or something else that's similar like the IS-7, which also have tungsten shells, which this one doesn't. So this gun here offers, in my perspective, some different kind of play style and some other flavor to heavy tank gameplay in Tier 10. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I certainly enjoyed my 100 battles in it, and I will not put it in the garage. I'll probably play it a lot more because I think it's a quite fun tank. I just need a break from it now. Yeah, have a nice weekend, guys, and take care there, and I hope to see you in game. Bye-bye.